of this product review board. Lisa, if you're on the line, if you could. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Here we are, finishing Sprint 24. Just as a heads up, we're going to be handling feedback for today's session a little differently. We're going to ask you to provide it on the mural board, which we'll give you the link at the end if you don't have it, or if someone can throw it in the chat, that would be awesome. Or you can always email mod@gov.bc.ca, which is the usual other method that you can always do as well, and we'll make sure the correct people get your feedback. Awesome. So starting off just with our Sprint 24 accomplished goals, we did accomplish a lot, as we normally do. We did some infrastructure upgrades. We created some reusable header components. We continued working on our part-time award disbursement work. We had a little bug with the way we created document numbers or certificate numbers. Just a couple words for the same thing. On the dev side, some things we're going to be showing you is second confirmation of enrollment, which we had showed the wireframes for last product review. Now we're going to be showing it to you live in the system. Submitting a designation request. Student award eligibility, we won't be showing that one today. That's just part of the part-time award disbursement. For the ministry user, we're going to be showing you the viewing programs and offering details and approving and denying programs. On the UX side, there's the more welcome page content updates, a document uploader, and some program and offering business rules. With that, moving to the business context, I'm going to pass the mic to you, Irena.
Thank you, Andrew. Good morning. So we do have some things going on in regards to the team structure, and we are currently reviewing some of the things. So right now, I'll let you know what are we working on, and hopefully next product review, I'll have a little bit more information for you. So what we are working on right now, we are reviewing the launch date. As you all know, so we'll be adjusting with the scope that's built and what needs to be built so we can launch MVP. That will be communicated to all of you shortly. Testing approach as well. So that's under review. I know that we tried with the UAT phase, which was more user-facing testing, but right now we are kind of reviewing everything, and we'll be focusing a little bit more on the QA testing. So with that, we have a new QA lead in our team. His name is Bhavik. He is working super hard. He created an awesome testing strategy, and I'm super eager to see what will happen when he starts testing. So he is currently creating test scenarios. We'll keep you updated. So it will be for UAT folks, we'll have a proper QA testing, and then we'll have an official handoff to UAT. So everything will be captured, no worries. The team was working super hard until now, and I was brought in a role of the product owner. We'll be working closely with Elise to help her. She will be focusing a little bit more on the business side. I'll be focusing a little bit more on the product team side. So two of us hopefully will just make this happen. What else? We have an awesome new Scrum Master. Her name is Teresa, and she joined our team a few weeks ago. So you'll hear a little bit more from Teresa when we have next product review. So that's in regards to team structure. So what we are doing is we initiated an accessibility review. So that will happen actually in two stages. It will be priority MVP, first one, and the second one will be in future phases. We are continuing with end-to-end scenarios. Everything will be captured on the YouTube channel. You have a link in this mural board. And you'll see, and I am hoping that these end-to-end scenarios are helping you guys to connect the dots, because when we are presenting, when we are demoing what was happening in the last sprint, I know it's just the piece of the thing that was developed. So with these end-to-end scenarios, you can kind of have this whole picture. Few reminders, like text in help and warnings that will be adjusted before we go live. We are trying to follow the processes as much as we can. And yes, this is just the beginning. So we will start with this MVP, and hopefully one day we'll have a great system. So we are all proud of. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Irena. So moving on to our next section here is our product review pieces. Starting off, we're going to be showing you how an institution can request designation. Whenever you're ready, Signori. Perfect.
I think so, everyone. So I'm gonna start the process of like submitting a new designation from institution side. So I am in the institution portal. I'm gonna execute the login with a user that it is an admin and also has the role for signing authority, the one that can submit the designation things. So in the portal, under the area of the admins, you have the manager designation. And if you have the specific role, you have the button to do a request. So here is like an institution that never did that before. We are going to start the process. And we have the form to request. By the way, this is a private one. So for the private ones, we have information more than other ones. Here they can select the locations that they want. They can go for all of them or just a few of them. Let's select just 2. So location list, selected the ones that we want. We are doing a BC private one. We have a list of signing officers. They are like required. So at least one signing officer. I can put whatever I need. There are no validations beside there is something needed. Just to see through, you can add more. You can remove. Same here. So you have the eligibility officers, enrollment officers. The schedules, they are the same from production right now, so they can review it. They must accept all of them. This is the current user. So only this administrators with the signing authority, they are going to be associated with the DAs, and they can do this process right now. Probably not the final text, but they will have the agreement and the text, and they need to sign it. So there are validations in place. They need basically populate everything, and then they are going to submit. Once it is submitted, it is in pending from the institution perspective. They cannot start a new request. They need like this one to be approved or declined. So there will be just one in pending status at that time, and they can view it. So that's the view part. The view part is almost the same. There is the status here and the approved column. So when the ministry goes there in the upcoming ticket and do the approval, so they can approve both, or the ministry is going to have the ability even to add one more here. So they are going to know, checking the DA, what was requested and what was approved for that DA, and they can review the information here. So that's going to be pretty much the same view from the institution. So we have like a status here. When you start interacting with the minister is going to be different. One thing that I need to show, what I'm going to do that now is not like a normal scenario, but just to show how it looks like for a non-private one. So let's just change the institution type to be. Usually institutions are not going to be changing their types, but just for the sake of the demo. Just 1 second. I just want to start a new one for a public one. We're using the same institution. I just removed the designation. Okay. So assuming that you are now a non-private one, I'm going to request the designation. And all that you need to know is just a SABC public key, for instance, a non-private one. Just select the ones that you need to be designated and do it. So similar to the other one, to the private one, but with way less information. And this is administrator with signing role. If you are like just an administrator, you can see exactly the same, but you cannot request. So you can view it, you cannot request. And I believe that's all.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Signori. You'll see in likely the next sprint here once we go over the goals. But basically, there's the other part of this ticket, which will tie everything together, which will be the ministry side, as Signori mentioned. So if it's seeming like it's halfway there, that's exactly correct. Next thing we'll be showing is the institution's second confirmation of enrollment. This was a pretty big undertaking. So whenever you're ready, Deepak, you can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm going to grab the screen. Good morning, everyone. So we're going to see the second confirmation of enrollment for an application. So I would like to start from the application lifecycle. So I've taken here 3 applications which are long, which have a sufficient study period to have 2 disbursements or 2 confirmation of enrollments. So I'm going to start with the application which ends with 19. So I'm going to just copy on it, and then I'm going to confirm the assessment for this. And when I confirm the assessment, what should happen is this application should be in enrollment status, which exactly it is. So now let's go to the institution page and see how the COEs is going to look like. So I'm here on this page. So this is how your confirmation of enrollment page is going to look like now. You are having the enrollment, which is a kind of a queue of all the enrollments which are eligible to be confirmed. And there is the second tab called upcoming enrollment. This is the list of enrollments which are outside the 21-day period, of the COE confirmation, and also the ones which are already confirmed. So apparently the ones which you cannot do anything further about it. So that's the better description to it. So I'm going to confirm the enrollment for this this application. If you see, we'll have a COE, which is the first COE for this application, which is on Feb 28th. And also there should be a second COE, which is sitting here, which is on 29th of August 2022, which is outside the 21-day period. So I'm gonna right away go and confirm this. I'm gonna view. I'm gonna confirm the enrollment. Go ahead, and it is confirmed. And what I'm gonna do is come back here. If you see, this is no longer here in the first tab because this is no more an enrollment which is waiting for confirmation, but in the second tab this appears. If you search here, you see 2 of them. One is completed, which you don't have to do anything about. Another is outside the 21-day period. Again, you don't have to do anything about it. Only when it comes to the first tab here, then only you can confirm it. Now we are going to go to the second scenario of declining a COE. So what we saw here is when we have 2 confirmation of enrollments, when you confirm the first confirmation of enrollment, what happens is um, the second confirmation of enrollment is still pending, and only when the second COE is approved, the funds for the second disbursement are disbursed to the student. So let's go to the application side and see what happened to this application. Let me search. Okay, or else I'll just start with the second application. (2020). And I'm going to confirm the assessment for this. So the assessment is confirmed. So I'm going to go to the applications, and here is the application, and which is an enrollment status. So I'm going to go grab this application and going to decline the confirmation of enrollment. So I'm coming here. If you see now, this application has two COEs, one sitting on for the confirmation on Feb 28th, and second is going to be for the later period. So I'm just going to go and decline the COE for this. I'm going to select one of the reasons for testing, and I've declined the COE, and let's see what happens here. Search by the application name. And both the COEs are declined. So this is what we intended to do. So when you decline one, the second one is automatically declined. But when you confirm one, the first COE only gets confirmed. The second one doesn't get confirmed, implicitly. And the third scenario is that we are going to look for COEs, two COEs which are eligible for the confirmation of enrollment, and by mistake, if the institution user is trying to confirm the second COE instead of the first, what's going to happen? So I'm going to go back to the application. I've selected this one here, and I've modified the data for the sake that, both of them have to appear on the same time period for the COE, because in real time, what happens is if there is a study period more than 17 weeks, there are two disbursements, and the first is not confirmed with the until the midpoint. So what happens is both of them come and sit on for the confirmation. So I'm gonna go here, confirm the assessment, grab the application, and it's completed. Confirmation, so the applications are here. And it's an enrollment status, and I'm going to go back here and see what happens to this. See, so if you see one of the application disbursement date is 25, another is 28. This it practically doesn't happen because uh, the disbursement dates are decided upon a midpoint date when the study period length is more than 17 weeks. I just have modified the data to demonstrate the logic. I'm going to try to confirm the Feb 28th disbursements instead of 25th. Let's see what happens. And it says that the first disbursement or the COE is not complete. So please complete the first disbursement. It's not going to let me do the second disbursement confirmation before the first one. And this has technical, this has like, cross-cutting concerns like pagination, sort, and other things which we have in all the data tables, which you have seen while me searching the application. I can search currently by the application name, and also I can search by, say, the user, the student name. So one moment. So I'm going to do a search. I'm going to have only one application for the student. And yes, and that's everything from my side.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Deepak. You'll likely hear us recap this one down the road at least once, just because it is a lot and there's a lot of cases and scenarios for it. Next, we're moving on to programs and study periods. And whenever you are ready.
Grabbing the screen. So today I'll be showing so now we have introduced this view program as well as offering in the ministry user side, as also we have introduced when there is a pending program, ministry user can approve or decline the pending program. So first I will show this is a ministry user. So ministry user, when search for a particular institution, I'm going with the institution College E. In the program tab, now they will be having this program summary, and I'm going to to view this program. So now the ministry user has the ability to view the program as well as the offering summary. And if they want to view the whole details of the program, they can click here, view program, and they will be having this read-only view of the form. By clicking here, they can go back to the program details, and they can, if they want to view any offering of this particular program, they can click here and they can view the offering. Going back to the program details. And now we have also introduced a search and sorting option. If they want to sort the program with, the offering with a name, they can sort. If they want to search any program, they can search the program. So now we have like this is actually a shared component. So this component is shared between both institution as well as the ministry user. So this is an institution profile. So when the institution view the program summary, they will be getting this view, and if they click any view, they will be having the same format. Because it's shared between both institution and ministry. And again, institution will be having the option to edit the program as well as edit the offering. And also they will be having the option to add the study period. Now going to the approve and deny of the program. So in the program, when an institution user creates a program, depending upon the answers in the form they select, the program can be either self-approved or in a pending state. If a program is in a pending state, then ministry user will be having the option to either approve or deny the program. So here I have created a self-approved program. So this is an example of a self-approved program. So I have created it for the demo purpose. When the institution user view this self-approved program, they will be having this view over here. And also I have created some pending programs. So this is one of the example of a pending program. So when the institution user view the pending program, they will be having this view with the pending status and institution name and submitted by. Now going back to the ministry user. So when a ministry user view a self-approved program, they will be having this view, the college name submitted by, approved by. This is an institution username, and approved on date. And by clicking here, they can go back to this profile, the institution profile. And now when the ministry user view a pending program, they will be having this view. So when the program is pending, ministry user will have this option to either decline or approve the program. So this program, ministry user is going to click approve. So when they click approve, they will be having this model pop up where they can add the effective end date as well as a note. So here I'm selecting August 1/01, 2024. And adding a note. Approve. Now we can see that this program is approved, and they will be having this new line where they will be having the information when it was approved by the ministry username and approved on and effective end date. When the ministry user go back to the institution and to the notes, they can see that note is added here also, and they can also search by the criteria program. So here in this case, we only have this program notes. That's why both are having the same result. Now going back, I'm looking for another pending program. So this is another pending program that I have created. I'm viewing the program, and if the ministry user want to decline this particular program, then they can click decline, and now they will be having this model pop-up where they can add a note and decline the program. Click decline. Now they can see that this program is declined, and they will be having this information here, declined by the ministry user and declined on date. And when they go back to the institution profile and go to the note, they can see that the note has been added here also. And yeah, and the ministry user will be only having these two options when a program is on pending status. If it is in either like denied status, they won't be having the this option. Also, if the program is in approved status, also they won't be having the option. So only for pending programs, they will be having the option. Now going back to the institution profile. So just taking on approved programs. So this is, sorry. So this is how it will look on the institution side. They will be having the information. It was approved by the ministry, with name, approved date, and effective end date. And the client will have this information, like declined by and declined on. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you, Anne. So there you have it. We did do more than that. It does reflect in our sprint goals. There are all the things we did do, but those are the three really big juicy ones. Just 1 second. Perfect. So next we're going to be moving to some UX design work here. I'm not going to share my screen because Lynn's way ahead of me. Perfect. Lynn, take it away.
All right, I'm actually going to jump in here. Can everyone hear okay? I hope. Lynn is very kindly going to drive the screen for me, but what I'm going to demo currently is the ministry user viewing the notice of assessment. So for today's demo, our student is Hung, and we're having a look currently at his student details page. So for the demo, we're going to pop in and view Hung's financial aid application. Perfect. So you may recall in the last product review, I spoke to the addition of the left-hand navigation where we have sort of the easy access to the supporting user information. So what I spoke to last time was exactly the access to the information uploaded by a parent 1, a parent 2, or a partner. And what I'm going to speak to today is now the addition of the notice of assessment in the left-hand navigation. So if you want to give that a click, Lynn. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we're having a look at is the notice of assessment, and I've spent some time just making sure that this is nice and clean and clear. We've organized the information in sort of logical chunks. So of course we've got some of the basic information. We've got student name, application number up top. We have the assessment details, what you'll need to do. Moving downwards, we've got when funds will be received, how the amount was calculated, and on the very bottom, we've got the 2 accordions for the assessment breakdown, how that was done, and the award breakdown. And something through sort of the design of this page, we figured that there are definitely some important pieces of information to call out. So through the use of color and increased font size, we've called out what you'll see a few pieces of information. So starting up at the top here, if you want to just give that a scroll up, Lynn. Perfect. So beginning with assessment details, definitely the amount that the student was eligible for, that's pretty important. So we've called that out. Moving downwards in the notice of assessment, we've called out the 10-digit MSFAA number. And once again, as we move down, when the funds will be received, so the first date and a secondary date, if that is applicable, we've called out those 2 guys. And that, I believe, is sort of the main points to touch on for the notice of assessment. And the next one that I'm going to speak to is the student welcome page. Awesome. All right, so this guy again, things are pretty just friendly and straightforward. So this is student welcome page. So they'll come to this page and they'll have quick access to sort of important links. So as you can see, kind of greet the student in the first card up top. And we mentioned that important links like getting help at the StudentAid BC Help Center. And then depending on where the user is at in their journey, whether they need to start an application or perhaps they've already started an application, things have been submitted and they need to manage their loan, we've really highlighted those 2 pieces of information. So student has quick access to either start an application or manage their loan, and by clicking on that button, it will direct them outwards to the NSLSC website. And on the bottom, we've once again offered the student really quick access to the StudentAid BC Help Center if they need any further information. So yeah, I'll pass it back to Lynn, but that's where we've got things for the moment.
Thank you, Katrina. That was great. And so the next screen I'm going to show you is also on the student application or the student side of the experience. What we also done is design the file uploader up in the corner here. When you click on that, this is where the student can upload their documents. So these can be relevant documents for your application or not. So you'll see here, there's a document purpose. If you select that, you'll get verifications, appeals, supporting information option, such as like your personal identification or other. And so you can select your document purpose there. And if it is applicable to the application, you can pop in your application number in there as well. And so you'll notice that it is an optional field. So these documents do not need to relate to an application, but they can. Moving down below, we have our file uploader here. We've seen this a very long time ago in the student application, the full-time, part-time application, where we're using elements here as well. So some instruction, some file naming conventions, and we're thinking that, you know, students are on the go, they're always on their phones, and they're going to do probably most of their things on the phone. So we're also thinking about how this can be mobile ready, right? So student applies for an application or they want to submit their document, they're going to probably be on their phone, they're going to probably take a picture of their personal identification, and then they're going to upload it here. And so we're thinking about mobile friendly as well. And then below that, collection notice. So just some text there about what we collect and how we use your data there. So once you click on submit documents, what happens here is that you're going to get a toast message just to confirm that all documents have been submitted. And then you'll notice on the right-hand side here, we have a kind of like a storage area. So these are all your uploaded documents. So I could upload a document today, it would store it here. Maybe in a year or so, I'll come back in my account and I upload some more documents. These just are stored here for now. And so it is a file uploader, but also a way we can store the uploaded documents. So that is it for the student experience. And what I want to show you today is also the ministry side experience of how those uploaded documents get through to the ministry side of things. So I'm going to just flip over to the ministry side. We've seen this in the devs demo as well. So I'm just going to flip to, again, Hung. We're in his profile, as we say. And you'll notice that in the tabs at top, we've added a new tab that's called File Uploads. Here is where all the uploads come through. You'll notice that we have a document purpose here, and that will note down the type of document is there. So personal identification, appeals, other verification, etc. And of course, if there is an application number applied to it, you'll get to see that, the date submitted, and then the file itself. So once you click on the file, you'll be able to see the uploaded document. So that could be, again, personal identification or the other ones that I just had named there. So that wraps up our demo for the UX side of things. We have a few other tickets that we didn't show today, but those are kind of the ones we wanted to show you guys today. So thank you. Over to you, Shrinker.
Awesome. Thank you, Lynn. Let's see if I can pick the right window. Should be able to see the sprint board again, I hope. Sorry, just getting a little slow right now. So goals for next sprint. Again, this is not official goals yet. We don't do our sprint planning till after this call, but our initial gut check here. So we're going to be doing some API reorganization. The tech folks will kind of understand that point. We're going to be starting to look into reassessments, institution edit management rules. I definitely forgot to add a word there, but that's like the institution details and location details rules there that the UX folks have been working through. Student, the document uploader, welcome page, and managed designation agreement. That is part 2 of the designation there. On the UX side, more on the program and offerings management rules, reporting a change. As those who are familiar with those processes, they are quite big. reporting a change, enhance application details, and accepting or denying program change. This enhance application details is really just that one that's in applications that are like in progress, making sure that it's clear for the student and everyone what's happening with it. So basically just revisiting that again because it's been a while since we've looked at it. Awesome. Now we're just gonna have a quick recap on feedback here. Irena, feel free to jump in or.
Sure. Thank you, Andrew. Yeah, as Andrew mentioned, your feedback is super much appreciated, and please send that you have the feedback mural. We'll review everything and answer all of your questions. So we are hoping for the next project review to have a little bit more information in regards to timelines, in regards to scope, in regards to what was actually built so far, because the team worked super hard, as I said. They were working on building some new things. UX people were designing some beautiful things, and we were doing a lot of analysis on what could be possibly added. So right now it's time to baseline and say, okay, this is what we did. We'll be chatting about how QA is going, hopefully. So we'll start with that. So we'll have some more information in regards to what is happening on that side. And I'm hoping to share with you guys, so along with the demo of features that are created in the next sprint, I'm hoping to show you something like what business folks can see in end-to-end scenarios. So it will be like, this is what we built so far. It will be kind of recap of this is where we at. And we are welcoming your feedback on everything that we are doing. So this is how we are getting better. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So the email link is right here, mod@gov.bc.ca. You can't copy paste it, but it's small enough that it should be okay. This link here, you can always grab it, and you can also grab it from the chat as well. All the other reference links to the YouTube and all that should be on here as normal. I will lock that at least, so those who are grabbing it don't accidentally slide all over the place. If you have, I did see a couple questions pop up in chat. Teresa has been moving those over to the mural board, so if you can, just please make sure that your questions are over there, if they weren't missed. You should see them over there, or you can always email them to be safe as well. Awesome. With that, it was a short demo today, guys. Expect likely a longer one next sprint. But we'll be in touch and we'll talk to you everybody then. Have a great Wednesday.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.